Welcome back, Truth Seeker. We've just completed another winning day, taking advantage of the rigged world of sports. Solid day in the NBA, solid day in the NHL, solid day in the NFL, especially with player props. Not quite as sweet as yesterday because we didn't have anything quite as nice as Chuba Hubbard for 2 touchdowns. But, we like McCaffrey a lot for 2 today. We thought Josh Allen would run 2 in. A lot of other props came in. But what I want to talk about is, again, just how scripted the NFL is and how if people would just take a minute to learn what we're talking about, they'd see right through it. If you read my analysis for the Patriots Chargers game today, I talked about how the Patriots could pick up their 163rd win in Gillette Stadium. We also predicted that the winning score of the Niners Eagles game would be 23 points. And again, we'll get to why all these things are. But it mattered that the Patriots could pick up their 163rd win in their stadium today, along with their 38th postseason win all time, and keep Herbert on 52 wins in the postseason. And anybody can look up that the Patriots record in Gillette Stadium before tonight, they were on 162 wins. They picked up 163 tonight with a score of 16-3. And here's why it matters. Again, 163 is the 38th prime number. If you watched last night's stream, we actually brought up 163 in last night's stream. But yes, 163 is the 38th prime number, and I called the wild card round the 38 round. Again, learn gematria. Wild card. The cipher that matters most, wild card is 38. When you run it in reverse with numerology, it's 52. Herbert stayed on 52 wins tonight. The Patriots picked up their 38th postseason win and their 163rd win in that building. And something that's interesting about Gillette Stadium is it does equal 60 in the year of Super Bowl 60. First game today, we had the Jags at plus 3.5, which worked. They lost by 3. We knew Buffalo had all kinds of reasons to win. Again, look at this, you guys. The Buffalo Bills are going to play the Denver Broncos next week, right? And does that not remind you of O.J. Simpson, the Buffalo Bill, and the Bronco chase in 94 when this season began on 9-4? Do you know where Buffalo Bill died in history? He died in Colorado. And we're going to get to that. But Buffalo wins with 27 today. And why did we, or at least why did I think that the winning score of the Eagles Patriots game was going to be 23? Well, for something I told you guys about a lot last year, when Tom Brady started calling games, the scores of the game week after week were synced up with Brady. And we hit some exact scores in Brady games last year following the rituals. Today's game was exactly 23 weeks after Tom Brady's birthday. And if you need to see that, his birthday is 8-3, like football equals 83, not to mention 83 is the 23rd prime. Tom Brady born August 3rd. It's funny he's 48 right now because Tom equals 48. But hold on, let me get the right thing up here. There's just so many levels of the rig to cover today. By the way, there's a guy out there called Jake the Fake. He used to be a Flat Earth asshole, and then he turned his name into Jake the Asshole, and now I think his name is Jake the Fake. He likes to talk shit about me on his channel. Understand something. You're probably watching right now, Jake the Fake. YouTube doesn't take away likes from your channel. They don't take away comments. They don't take away subscribers. And the reason why is because you're a fake, fraud, phony. Stop acting like you're part of the truth community when you're talking shit about my work, which is, I don't know, like 10 billion light years ahead of yours. Stop. Jake the Fake. Anyway, look at this. August 3rd, 2025. Jake the Fake could never make a call like this in his life. You see how in weeks that's 23? You see how in that cipher that matters the most, Brady's 23? So again, Buffalo wins with 27 today. In the Brady game, Brady from the Bay Area, the Niners win with 23. That's Tom Brady's favorite team growing up. He idolized Joe Montana. And then the best thing was, oh my God, you guys. You know, the only Venezuelan player in the NFL is the kicker for the Patriots who went to Miami. Miami's in the championship by the numbers in college football. But yeah, the kicker for the Patriots, Andres Bordegales, which I can't say because I haven't been in Spanish class since 8th grade, which was Good God, what year was I? Was in 8th grade. I started kindergarten in 1988, so 8th grade must have been what, 1996? Damn, 30 years ago was Spanish class. Anyway, this man, do you see his birthday, January 2nd? Remember the Maduro capture was the next day, January 3rd, which was the 36th anniversary of the capture of Manuel Noriega. And it was also the anniversary of the Soleimani assassination, which I don't think he really died because all they used for proof was a picture of a ring, which didn't match the ring that he actually wore. But that's a whole nother story. But anyway, all those things happened on January 3rd. If you missed my work on it, check it out. It'll blow your mind. But the point is that the Maduro capture just happened to be the day after the birthday of the only Venezuelan player in the league. And then tonight, he made the score. Well, he made it 3-6 for halftime, right? Like he wears 36, like Noriega, 36 years today. Like you can also read that score 6-3, like we captured Maduro at age 63. But then he made the score 3-9 on a 39-yard field goal. And we'd already been talking about the Venezuela 111-39 connection. But in case you weren't watching the game, I just want you to see this. One of the scoring plays here. First, a 23-yard field goal for Brady's team 23 weeks after his birthday. You know, that's not an accident. Then a 35-yard field goal. It's probably also a Brady tribute because Tom Brady equals 35. But then a 39-yard field goal to make the score 3-9. And then Hunter Henry, who played for the Chargers, who we liked a lot to score today, he made it 16-3. Again, we just talked about it. The Patriots just picked up their 163rd win in Gillette Stadium. 163, the 38th prime, like wild card, like their 38th postseason win tonight. It'll update tomorrow. If you just go here, this updates usually after midnight, but the Patriots today came in with 37 postseason wins. That'll be 38 once they update. They stayed on 22 on a 22 date, not to mention Boston equals 22. They used to be the Boston Patriots. Of course, Foxborough's right outside of Boston. Remember last night, the Bears picked up their 18th postseason win on Caleb Williams' 18-point comeback in his 18 jersey. Remember, they sacrificed a kid named Caleb Williams at the beginning of the season. That was the story in August this year as preseason games were getting underway. Caleb Williams with a K was sacrificed. But yeah, Bears with the 18-point comeback for the 18th postseason win. Again, yesterday was 118 days after the Pope's birthday. Soldier Field 118. They beat the Wisconsin team 118. Williams, as in Caleb Williams, 118. And Jordan, don't forget Love's 18 for that 18-point comeback. Jordan Love got his 23rd loss yesterday, 38 days before Michael Jordan's birthday, number 23, who played in Chicago. Again, 38 days before MJ's birthday. By the way, the last time they played in Chicago, there were 38 points in the game. Yesterday was the Bears' 38th postseason game. Earlier in the day, the Panthers got eliminated 38 days from Huey P. Newton's birthday anniversary. He has the same birthday as Jordan, February 17th. Again, the Panthers lost in Super Bowl 38, and they lost on the last Super Bowl in San Francisco on the 38th day of the year to the team from the 38th state, Colorado. Again, just quick recap. So we got so many things to put together here tonight. But oh yeah, I forgot to pull up Buffalo Bill here. I just want you to see this. As the Bills go on to play Denver next week, not Buffalo Bills. I need Buffalo Bill, the real one. Do you see this? Do you see what day he died in history? Do you see that he died in Denver, Colorado on January 10th? So the day the postseason began this year is the anniversary of Buffalo Bill's death. On January 10th, 1917. So we just passed the anniversary of his death. Now with the Bills win today, they're en route to play Denver. And again, this season began on 9-4. Remember, Denver equals 94. So does Seattle, Washington. They're the top two seeds in this season that began on September 4th. In the 94th season, that's where the Seahawks beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl, the game that started with a safety out the back of the end zone. Remember, Seahawks scored 43 points in that game. Seattle Seahawks equals 43, like Colorado, like football. And that was Super Bowl 48, where Seahawks is also 48. And then the next year, they lost to Brady in Super Bowl 49, where Russell Wilson's 21st pass got picked off by number 21 on the down 2nd and 1 on the date 2-1. And that was the first time all year the Seahawks threw on the goal line. And after the game, they interviewed number 21 and they said, man, how'd you make that play? He said, we rehearsed it all week. And it's like, why would they have been practicing that all week since the Seahawks hadn't thrown the ball a single time the whole season on the 1 yard line? And the reason they hadn't was for a good reason. It's because they had the immovable, unstoppable man known as Marshawn Lynch, who moved linemen like it was nobody's business at the goal line. Again, they wanted to win the Super Bowl, just hand it to Marshawn. Boom. Seahawks, Super Bowl champions. But that wasn't the script. The script's always for Brady, who picked up his 21st postseason win in that game. Again, when Russell Wilson's 21st pass got picked by number 21, Tom Brady got his 21st win. And just for the record, 21, it's the sixth triangular number. That was Brady's sixth Super Bowl. He became 4-2 in Super Bowls, like Washington State's the 42nd state. That year, that one was in Arizona, which is 42. So, okay. So anyway, let's take a step back and let's just think about everything going on here. And like I've always said, again, if you guys are new to my work, I've written some books. I mean, I've done about God knows how many videos over the last going on 13 years, but I've always said the same things. These games are scripted. They're run by these Masonic orders that are based in Kabbalah, where this whole thing of letters and numbers and dates comes from. And I've said, not only are they scripted by the numbers, but the games are scripted in accordance with what is going on in the world. It's like we are Rome, and just like how the Romans once upon a time learned to control their populace with the Colosseum, it's the same thing today. And the Colosseum is always doing these little jokes that go over most of the plebs' heads, like how the Venezuelan kicker. But by the way, you guys, you see how Venezuela also equals 111? Remember, the capture of Maduro was 111 days after the Pope's birthday, the first American Pope from Chicago, the 312, after the last Pope died on the 312th day of Trump's age. And there's something about that, because I told you guys before we got the Pope that it was going to have something to do with the city of Philadelphia, the 267 area code, because he's the 267th Pope. Of course, Pope Leo there, he went to school in Philly at Villanova, and he grew up in Chicago. But today you had San Francisco named after St. Francis of Assisi, who Pope Francis was named after. Eliminate Philly. There's something up with that. Anyway, you see how Venezuela's 111-39? Think about today, the day of this Venezuela ritual in the Patriots game. The date can be written 111. And again, 3-9 score on a 39-yard field goal from the Venezuelan kicker. After Maduro, again, was just captured 111 days after the Pope's birthday. And then where was he taken to? He was taken to New York, which equals 111-39 to be tried. And remember, the Patriots became the team after the Patriot Act, after 9/11 and the Patriot Act. And 9/11 happened on the day leaving 111 days left in the year. Of course, the United Nations in New York's 39 floors tall. A lot of rituals with 39 in New York. If you're new here, look, NY's 39, NYC's 39 in reverse. New York, NY, like you'd write out on an envelope's 39. And then again, the way that we call the most pure, New York's also 39. I mean, just 39 land. First governor of New York is George, 39. Clinton, 39. Born in 1739, and on and on and on. Today, the Knicks won in the NBA, playing their 39th game of the year today, beating my hometown Blazers. Portland's a port city. They have a World Trade Center there as well. There's something up with that. But the Knicks today, 39th game of the year on 111, get the W over my hometown Blazers. They say keep Portland weird. A lot of people like to call me a weirdo, but hey, I'm a good kind of weirdo. I'm the kind of weirdo you want to be, the kind of weirdo that'll pad your pockets. Anyway, let's go through all of this stuff. And by the way, for the hater I have that lives in his mom's basement, who's been screen recording since 2015 every day and has no life, but is always trying to make me look bad, why don't you call in tonight? That cash prize money, you can get it and maybe move out of your mom's house. So I'd love to hear from you tonight, buddy. He's been emailing me all day. It is true. I did like the Eagles preseason as my Super Bowl pick, so he's real happy they're eliminated. I'm sure he's working on a video right now. But I knew the Eagles were in deep dog shit today. For some reason, they didn't update the 49ers record, but the 49ers, oh, that's right, they don't update the records in the postseason. No, we knew the Eagles were in deep dog shit. That's why I had the Niners to win and with the points to play it safe today. Because it's just like, hey, go watch the only time Mark Passio had me on the show. What's that from, like 2018? he's a Philadelphia guy. I taught him all about Philadelphia sports in 135. Today, the 49ers improved to 13-5, not to mention they got their 13th win on 13 date numerology. But it's just things like this. Fly Eagles flies 135. It's also 54, like the Eagles fell to 5-4 at home today. Villanova, where the Pope wins, 135. So many 135 rituals. Huge sports stars from Philly, like Kobe Bean Bryant, are 135. And what it's all about is the Bible. The Church of Philadelphia gets the letter that mentions the key of David, which equals 135. And if you look at what day Philadelphia was established in history, it's a date with 135 numerology. And today, the Niners become 13-5. Not to mention, I've always talked about that Bay Area Philly connection, just like how the Athletics, who are now leaving for Vegas, but they went from Philly to the Bay, just like the Warriors went from Philly to the Bay. A lot of NFL coaches went from Philly to the Bay. So they love to bring the Philly to the Bay thing. The other year, the Niners stayed on 267 road wins as a franchise, losing in Philly, the 267 area code. That was the conference championship game where the Niners lost all their quarterbacks. They all got injured. But okay. Yesterday, when the Rams won, what was going on at the same time in the world, if you were watching the news, is the U.S. military was bombing Syria. And remember, Ares, the ram, is the god of war. And think about when Brady became, the guy for the Patriots after 9/11 and the Patriot Act, when it was all about war. Remember how that was Super Bowl 36, right? Like how this Venezuelan kicker tonight made the score 3-6 for halftime and he wears 36. Super Bowl 36 was the Patriots and the Rams. And when Brady was 41 years old, that was Super Bowl 53. You see how Super Bowl's 41, like LA's 41? I'm sure you remember when Kobe Bryant died at 41 on the Pope's 41st day of his age while traveling from Catholic Mass, and his daughter died at 13, and LA's 41 and 13. But okay, when Brady won Super Bowl 53, remember, we were all over that one preseason. That was the year that we had it all figured out, that Boston was going to beat LA in the World Series in Game 5, 4-1, 99 days from the Super Bowl to end the 99th season. You see how New England's 99? The year that Boston beat LA in the World Series 4-1, Brady beat LA in the Super Bowl, essentially playing for the Boston Patriots at age 41. From Game 5 to the end of the 99th season, which was Super Bowl 53, was 99 days. And if you go back and look, the Patriots came into that season with 523 franchise wins, which is the 99th prime number. And Aaron Donald, prime numbers are those that can only be divided by one of themselves. Aaron Donald's birthday was May 23rd. Again, I didn't even have a Patreon back then. We put all this out for, or wait, maybe that was the year I started my Patreon. Actually, I think that was the year I started my Patreon. That was the first year I was charging for this information. It was. I take it back. That was the first. I was only charging $5 a month, but man, again, we helped the dentist make over $350,000, parlaying those championships exactly like that. Boston to beat LA in Game 5, Patriots to beat Rams in the Super Bowl. We had that in July. In July, you guys. That's the beauty of this work. And that's why when people come around hating, like, oh, we got it wrong this year. It's like, fuck you. Do you know how much house money we're playing with, loser? Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, Patriots equals 53, Los Angeles 53. 53 is the 16th prime. You might recall the score of that Super Bowl was 13-3. There were only 16 points in the game, and LA is 13, and football's 133. There were so many little tributes in it. But the point I'm making is this LA 41 thing, right? Tonight, the Patriots became 4-1 versus the LA Chargers in the postseason. And they just won their fourth straight game, the Patriots, too, defeating LA, plus today had 4-date numerology. Today was a 4-date numerology. The past were 13, 22, 58. That's why we liked, for example, that's why we liked Christian McCaffrey to get 2 touchdowns tonight, because he got 58 with the 49ers. And, you saw a lot of teams get their 13th win today. Some teams did the 22 thing. The Eagles got their 22nd loss versus the 49ers today, and their 13th home loss. So the Eagles, again, the date numerology pass, 13, 22, 58. They all break down to 4. But knowing these numbers, again, just writing it to the bank. Brian Thomas, first touchdown of the day, 13th touchdown, all throughout the day. Anyway, Eagles got their 22nd loss and 13th home loss versus the Niners today. And then the 13-5 thing also happened for the Niners on the surface. But anyway, follow me. Patriots became 4-1 versus the Chargers today. Something we've been talking about since before the season is the Rams, which started in Cleveland. Remember, LeBron went from Cleveland to LA. Remember, Tupac has the song with Bone. He says, "We're doing this from Cleveland to LA." The Super Bowl is on the 41st day of LeBron being 41 years old, right? King James. And remember, King James's son was King Charles, a warrior. Those who fought for King Charles in the English Civil War were called Cavaliers. That's why they had LeBron, King James playing on the Cavs, and the Cavs won their only finals on June 19th, the real King James's birthday. So, and don't forget, Trump has the connections to King James too, because King James died at 58. He was a Freemason, like Trump likely is a Freemason. The first degree of Freemasonry is the entered apprentice. And remember, Trump had his convention in Cleveland after LeBron won the finals on the real King James birthday and went on to win the 58th election. And then this time around, he got 58% of the Electoral College. And that was the day of the Jesuits trying to assassinate King James in history. Remember the 5th of November. But LA, of course, the other LA team, the Rams, they just narrowly got past the Panthers. And the thing is, Drake May, who is the quarterback for the Patriots now, he played at North Carolina, and their mascot is a ram. And that's why they sent Bill Belichick down there, who made an ass out of himself, right? This whole legacy of Belichick's just going down the drain. It's like, well, maybe he's not a good coach. Maybe he just had Brady. Maybe it was just all about Brady, because when Brady left Belichick, he went down and won a championship in Tampa. First guy to win in his own building when they were hosting. And man, Belichick just sucked ever since. Nobody even wants to hire him, and he couldn't even win at the college level. But anyway, don't forget, you know who else went to North Carolina? The other GOAT, Jordan, right? And just like how they synced up the first round of the playoffs with Jordan Love and Michael Jordan Love getting his 23rd loss yesterday. But yeah, North Carolina, if you didn't know, the Tar Heels, if you look at their mascot, it's a ram. And again, just Drake May went to school there. And like we've always said, the college and pro are all skipped together. So you got Drake May doing well with the Patriots, and then Bill Belichick looking like an asshole down at UNC, and I think he already lost his job. Do you know this year that Drake May became 9-11 on the anniversary of the Patriot Act? Here, if you didn't know that, let me show you something. If you were not paying attention like we were, see how the Patriot Act was October 26th, 2001? Let me go back to the NFL on October 26th this year. Okay. So the Patriots that day, where are they at? Where are they at? The Patriots. They beat the Browns, right? Bill Belichick's old team. Bill Belichick and Nick Saban used to coach together at the Cleveland Browns. But yeah, the Patriots beat the Browns that day, 32-13. You got to love a score like that, right? New England equals 45 forwards and backwards. NFL 32. Whoops. NFL 32. America 32. The land of 13 stripes, 32-13. NFL is also 13 and 32. Anyway, check this out. Drake May's record as a starter through October 26, 2025. Oh, wait, something's wrong. Oh, I didn't write starter right. That's why. As a starter. There we go. I'm 1,000,000% positive he became 9/11, because we were all over this. We're like, look at that. Drake May can become 9/11 on the anniversary of the Patriot Act. Think about how perfect these scripts have to be, you guys. And think about how hard-headed you got to be to deny what I've been putting down for over a decade. You know what I mean? So anyway, all these wars are a-brewing right now. Donald Trump's threatening to take over the world. Remember, the Ram is the god of war. Remember what happened right after the Rams won the last Super Bowl, 56, that they won. Sean McVay brought his Ukrainian fiance out there, who's now his wife. And then days later, the war started in Ukraine. And again, that was the 102nd NFL season. Remember Art of War, the famous Jesuit text that was published just before this nation was founded? If you're like, I thought it was Sun Tzu, it is credited to Sun Tzu, but there's no proof of Sun Tzu ever existed. The reason people know about Art of War is because of the Jesuit priest Father Amiot, who published it in 1772. That's 4 years before America was born as a nation, but it was already in the time America was being born. And the 39 should stand out to you as well, in light of everything we're talking about, because it wasn't 1939 the Great War. Yeah, I don't even want to get into it, but there's a lot more to this Art of War and the World Wars and the Great War. Well, you can see Art of Wars 102 and 114. I mean, take a look at World War. It's got the same numbers, just the other way around. And it is interesting how World War's 48, like Tom, who's 48 years old right now, as his team's doing things they just haven't done since Tom was there with Drake May. Walking in Tom's shoes quite well, becoming 9/11 on the anniversary of the Patriot Act. And what kills me, you guys, is I was 18 years old, right, when 9/11 happened. And to me, it just seemed like a total load of shit from the government. It's an obvious lie from day one to start another war, because this nation's always at war. And as someone who already had a hunch that sports were rigged, I grew up in Portland and watched my small market Blazers get screwed in the finals over and over, where they couldn't get a call against these larger cities, especially MJ and the Bulls. But I just said, you got to be kidding me, man. I mean, 9/11 Patriot Act, and all of a sudden the Patriots, who've just been this dog shit football team for my entire life, are all of a sudden just the greatest thing there ever was, just like that, like the snap of fingers. I mean, is everyone retarded? And over the last, how many years ago was that? Man, 24 going on 25 years. I mean, every day the question's been answered. Yes, these people are definitely retarded. So, but yeah, again, nice prediction today for 49ers to the winner of this game to be a 23-point winner. And it was 23 weeks exactly after Brady's birthday. Buffalo and 27 strikes again. The reason we like Josh Allen for 2 rushing touchdowns today, which he got, is because he'd get to 9 on the year. Jaguars equals 23. That's the 9th prime number. Got to know your math. Robinson, who had a great game today for the Niners. We liked him for his 31st touchdown, the 11th prime. Mr. Washington, we liked him, number 11, to get his 11th touchdown today. And Thomas to get his 13th on the 13 date. Player props weren't as good today as they were yesterday, but it was still a solid day. Hunter Henry looked rock solid today. Big game for Hunter Henry in a revenge game, who we used to play for the Chargers. Also, just something interesting about Vrabel. I was talking about all this 41 stuff. Sorry, I'm really tired, you guys, so you got to stick with me and listen. But I was making a big point about 41 and the Super Bowl and the history of the Patriots and the Rams. And look at this for Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, right? Former player for the Patriots, went down and coached Remember the Titans before coming back and having this great season as the head coach. Notice he went to Jesuit, right? He went to Wallace Jesuit. You start paying attention, half the players in the league are Catholic or Jesuit educated. And again, it shows you want a kid to play in the league someday, be careful, because you might get sacrificed for it. But if you really want your kid to play in the league someday, you better put him in a Catholic or a Jesuit school, because if you don't, they got almost no chance of being there. And again, they get there, you have a good chance to end up in the grave extra early. Anyway, Vrabel, born August 14th. Today is 150 days after his birthday, right? The Super Bowl is 28 days from today. So this count up here, it's the days after their birthday. So for example, today's 150 days after Vrabel's birthday. You could also say that today is the 151st day of his age. Okay. Just so you know how to read this. In here, if you need to see that with your own eyes, August 14th, born 11 days after Brady, right? If you count the span of days, instead of 150 days after his birthday, because think about it, like if it's August 15th, right, it'd be 1 day after his birthday, but it would also be the 2nd day of his age, because the first day of his age was August 14th. So it's the 151st day of his age. That means the Super Bowl is on the 179th day of his age, which is the 41st prime, okay? And if they are going to do this with the Patriots, we saw this quite a while back. It's the 106th season and in prime time. Actually, here, I want to show you what they did in the game where he got his 106th win. We were decoding this in real time if you're on my Patreon. We saw that their player, Christian, came out in a Donna Summer t-shirt, right? And we said, what the hell? Like, what does he know about Donna Summer. Like, do you young people who are around the age of Christian Gonzalez, you don't even know who Donna Summer is. Just like he doesn't know who Donna Summer is. Who dressed this kid up in a Donna Summer t-shirt? If you don't know who Donna Summer is, she's the queen of disco. She's the queen of disco. But look how messed up what they did is. So Donna Summer, she died on May 17th, the 137th day of the year. And she's from the Boston area, okay? She died after the Patriots lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. This was the second time. This was Super Bowl 46. Like sacrifice equals 46. Like Genesis 46 about sacrifice. Like how the New York Giants, they're the NYG team. NYG 46. NYC also 42. They won Super Bowl 42 and 46 over the Patriots. Total script, right? Like everybody thought that was impossible for little Manning. Archie couldn't win shit. His sons both got Super Bowls in the National Fixed League. And you got to love how the Saints won their first ever one. They won it over Archie's son, Peyton, who was just lofting lobs into the secondary, just throwing the ball to nobody but Saints players. Just total laughable Super Bowl. Total script. I remember being in the room with my family. It was the last time I watched a Super Bowl with my family and I'm not talking about my immediate family. I'm talking about my cousins and uncles and aunts that used to live up in the Seattle area when I was out there. They're like, you're not invited to watch the game anymore. Because I was like, can't you guys see how obvious this script is? They were just getting so mad because it just hurts their little puny egos. What do you mean? I've been watching these games my whole life. Are you saying I'm dumb? That's exactly what I'm saying, Uncle Moron. Anyway. Okay, coming back to what they did with this Donna Summer game, you guys. I haven't even gotten to the point yet. But Donna Summer died on May 17th, the 137th day of the year, like her name equals 137. And she died 102 days after the Super Bowl was played. And that was also on the 36th day of the year. But do you see how her full name has the 102 in it? This is what they do every year, you guys. I mean, I'm always showing how they sacrifice people before the games, during the games, after the games. It's just it's sick. And a part of me wonders if, again, if you guys have not looked into Kabbalah, where this whole thing comes from, there's an evil half. It's, again, read Genesis 3:2:2. It mentions the tree of life, which is the physical model for Kabbalah, and knowing good and evil. And if you look into the evil half of the tree of life, it's about sorcery and spell casting. And I start to wonder, it's like, all this ritual sacrifice, are they performing some kind of black magic? Sometimes I see things in the sports game and I'll say, I don't know how you script that play right there. I mean, that didn't need to happen for the outcome to be what it is, but I just don't know how you script something like that. I do wonder about some of this stuff. But anyway, it's obvious that as a Boston celebrity that she sacrificed for this Super Bowl. And here's what's messed up. He came out before the game. So again, I'm getting to how this factored into the game where the Patriots got the 106th home win of the 106th season, because we keep track of the whole season count. And again, it says right here, Christian Gonzalez wore a Donna Summer shirt before Monday Night Football as a tribute to the Queen of Disco. And again, I only knew to ask Google AI about this because we saw it happen in real time. And with the specific album, that what was on the shirt was "She Works Hard for the Money," right? So this is where it gets crazy. She works hard for the money equals 112, and the Patriots won this game and became 11-2 for the year. Here, let me go back to the game so you can see this. It was the Monday Night Football game. We were doing our Monday Night Football stream when all of a sudden I said, look at this. Christian Gonzalez has a Donna Summer t-shirt on. There's something up with this. Or snap. I'm on the wrong week here. It was week 13 too. Okay. So, and this score was hilarious, right? Because this was a rematch of the Super Bowl. But you see how the Patriots became 11-2. See how the Patriots became 11-2, and they were showing Christian Summer before the game, or I want to call him Christian Summer, Christian Gonzalez before the game. Again, just wearing this shirt, and this is before they become 11-2, and this was also in Mike Vrabel's 112th game as a coach, and again, 11-2, 112th game as a coach, rematch of a Super Bowl. Was it just in tribute to a rematch, or was it in tribute to Something else to come. So you see how Super Bowl's 112. We already covered the 41. 131 shows up in championships all the time. Here's the interesting thing about 49 today. Again, they paid tribute to Maduro's capture with the Venezuelan kicker making the score 3-9 on a 39-yard field goal when Venezuela equals 39 and 111. Look how many days after Maduro's birthday it is. Today's 44. I know it's 49 days after his birthday because he got captured 8 days ago, 41 days after his birthday. Got captured 41 days, and now this ritual 49 days with the only Venezuelan player in the league. So isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting how it all intersects? And again, that's what we've been saying for years, just news, sports, ritualism. And it's not just that Super Bowl equals 49, so does NFL. NFL's 49. 49 is the 33rd composite number. Scottish equals 49, like the highest degree is 33. And they love to pay tribute to their 33 on Monday Night Football. You see how the score was 33-15? So 48 total points. Look at M&F. 33, 15, and 48. And I think they paid tribute to 12 in that game. And I'm trying to remember how they did it. I think there was a 12 in there somewhere, and I forget what they did. But again, it's just this is what they do week after week if you just pay attention. National Fixed League is redundant. Redundant. And I'm always looking for more information too. Let's just, for fun, let's add up the winning scores this week. 65 for Saturday were the winning scores. 16, 39, 66. A lot of teams are in their 66th season this year, including the Bills and the Patriots. So 66 and 65. Interesting. That's 131 points. And the losing scores were 58. And you know who put up the 131st of the winning points? The Patriots, huh? What was I just saying about all those Super Bowl numbers? Okay. So the losing scores are 27, 31, 58, 3, 61, 19, 80. Jaguars 24 for 104, 104 to 131. So was that 235 points? $235. A reminder who runs it. That's the Society of Jesus. Again, the Jesuits are the daddies of the Masons. All right, so home teams for this round: 1-1 yesterday, 2-3, 2-3 for this round so far. 2-3. Interesting. But yeah, again, just Bears pick up their 18th postseason win with an 18-point comeback by number 18 when Bears is 18. Panthers season ends in their 31st season with 31 points. Again, the battle of the 9 quarterbacks. 34 is the 9th Fibonacci number. Stafford picked up his 52nd win with the Rams yesterday. Wild card number, just like how Herbert stayed on 52 and the Patriots got their 38th postseason win today. Again, also their 163rd win in the stadium, the 38th prime, winning 16-3. And the score is very similar to the Super Bowl 53 score. Very similar score. 3 more points. Again, exactly 23 weeks after Brady's birthday when Brady equals 23. And McCaffrey, you got to love that McCaffrey scored the 23rd points. How did he not see that coming? I mean, that's why for all you guys who have the in-game opportunity, you got the legalization in your state to bet in-game. That's where you can, like on the drive, you can be like, damn, if McCaffrey right now is a prop to score a touchdown on this drive, hell yeah, he's putting in the 23rd points, number 23. And again, we like McCaffrey for 2 today to get to 58 with the Niners on a 58 day. And just Buffalo in 27 is just a broken damn record. And yes, they are going to play the Broncos next week in tribute to the 94 Bronco chase with OJ. And again, they did sync up the Bills and the Bears through OJ and the Browns shooting the day of the Heisman ceremony. And there's something up with that too, because one Heisman winner lost and the other won in these games on January 10th. Bryce Young and Caleb Williams won the Heisman. There's always more to think about because the puzzles, the stuff that they do with the script, it's deep, man. And for all you guys who think like, how could they be doing this? Because these are the people who rule over us, you guys. These are the people who don't work a day in their lives. They're the people that sit up at the top and rule over us and live off our blood, sweat, and tears and all of our tax money that gets siphoned off to this fake government that these people stand behind. Again, this billionaire class where all their money's from government grants and subsidies to them, the biggest welfare queens in the world. There's people behind this government who you don't even know who siphon, I guarantee you, even more. But no, imagine just ruling over people and not really having anything to do. This is what you're into. You're into this Kabbalistic knowledge. You're into playing games with humanity. You got to entertain yourself. Boredom's not a burden anyone wants to bear. Who said that? So this is how the Illuminati entertains themselves. And don't be like, Illuminati. Yeah, the Illuminati, founded by a Jesuit, Adam Weishaupt, just before the American Revolution, that was George Washington has letters in the National Archive about. Yeah, the Illuminati. That when you watch the History Channel, they say, oh, well, it ended because Adam Weishaupt became a drunkard and a gambling addict. That's the story, that the Illuminati ended because the founder, now remember, he founded an order with a bunch of powerful people. So just because he became a drunkard, the whole thing fell apart. Oh, that makes sense. That makes about as much sense as small mustache guy from World War II, as they teach us in the history books, that he offed himself and his body was never found. That made a lot of sense. Just like 9/11 made a lot of sense. Like nothing they give us makes us any sense other than the numbers if you're paying attention. But yeah, serious scripts today. Serious scripts. And another chance to debunk. So we got Big Money, and if anybody else wants to hop on, I'm gonna start taking calls. What's up, Big Money?
Zach, how are you? Yo, what a hit today. When I called in the morning before the game started with Goddard, he got playing the 49ers, the 49th overall
Yeah.
pick.
Oh, I love. Yeah, exactly. The 49th pick has the first 2 touchdowns of the game versus the 49ers. And again, you guys, Dallas equals 49 like Eagles. But yeah, just the jokes. Yeah, great call on that, by the way. Awesome
Yeah,
call.
like it's so crazy. Like people don't understand. Like your notes are right there, and then once I look through this shit, I zone in on the ones that I like, and I said, bro, ain't no way this dude is the 49th pick and playing on 4-day numerology against the 49ers. That shit was just way too easy for
And they
me.
even gave him a rushing touchdown today. Dallas Goedert even rushed one in. And
Yeah,
how about the wild card tribute of Jennings, number 15, throwing a touchdown to McCaffrey, number 23? Again, 15 plus 23 wild card. A perfect play for the wild card round by the numbers.
yeah, and then Demarcus Robinson hit too.
Yeah, Demarcus Robinson looked good today. Boom.
Yeah, the 112 and the 113 on
Well,
this
he got his
exact day.
31st touchdown, the 11th prime. 31 breaks down to 4 for the 4-date numerology. Boom.
Yeah, like it's all right there, and and Hunter Henry too. The 35s hit for him.
Yeah.
35th overall pick, 35th day, 35 days after his birthday. Just
Yeah. Yep. And I got to address this super chat. We got Rams versus Bears in the next round. And we were looking at this, how this could make sense if the Niners upset, because it's the 2 versus the 5. And again, the Pope is from Chicago. The whole Russia-Ukraine war, when it began, the Pope was pleading with Putin on the 56th day of the year to end the war. And now we got the 2 seed versus the 5 seed. And yeah, the Russia's associated with the bear. The Rams got the same colors as Ukraine. Again, the God of War. It's just all such obvious symbolism that's going over everybody's head, because they're in this place where they just can't fathom that there's an Illuminati that's scripting world events. Stop having trouble with fathoming that, and just pay attention, because they are every day. It's so obvious.
yeah. And the other point I wanted to make, I don't know if it's gonna happen this year because it's like, it's a little, it's kind of like a real Hail Mary with this one, but I do know that Pope Leo, the 14th, he has the 41 in his name. It's been 41 years since the Bears won a Super Bowl, I think, right? Or is it 40?
Say it again.
The Bears, well, Pope Leo's from Chicago, and he's got the 41.
It'll be 40 years, because that was the 85-86 season. So it'll be 40
okay,
years
so
later.
it's 40. Okay, never mind then, because
That
then
is
that
something.
means
If the Bears are interesting, because but remember, he's got that 41 connection. So look out next year if the Bears don't do it this year, for all you Chicago faithful.
yeah, no, because I remember something similar in the NBA, like when Bill Russell passed, and then the Warriors won it, but then I think they
Bill
won it
Russell
like
died after the Warriors beat the Celtics, which was the easiest call in the history of the world. That finals was set on the Pope's birthday. You guys, that year, listen, Boston played in their 22nd championship in 2022, and they fell to 17-5 versus Golden State. Golden State won 75, just like Pope Francis. There's a whole lot more to it, but Golden State beat Boston in Boston on the Pope's birthday, and then they closed out that finals to drop Boston to 17-5, also in Boston.
Yeah, no,
I remember that was the 75th anniversary season, just like how the Niners, the last time they won the Super Bowl, was the 75th season. And San Francisco is very Catholic, and Catholic Church is 75, like Roman Catholic, like New World Order, because that's who runs it, not 3-6 Mafia. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I was just saying because so like I think maybe next year they might do it because I know I found your old videos because like obviously I'm subscribed to your channel and like I keep track of all this stuff. I know Virginia McCaskey and Steve McMichael passed, so I'm thinking like like you said next year they could be a really strong candidate for going to the big dance or even winning it. So it could be like I mean, it's probably a year early. So next year is probably like really I would hone in on them personally.
Julius has a really interesting observation here because Caleb Williams is 17-18 as a starter right now. He's one win from 18-18 after the 18-point comeback. And let's see, did they must have set the game for next week in the divisional round. January, on the 18th versus the Rams. How about that? Yeah. Ukraine versus Russia, the Bears, when this is right before, what's hilarious is Zelensky, he's still 47 years old. I believe his birthday is January 25th, so he'll turn 48. Can Ukraine equals 47 like Trump? And don't forget, he used to be an actor on a show where he becomes the president of the country and creates his own political party, which became his real story. We'll talk about another mockery on the world stage. But yeah. 47 until January 25th. Here, let's see that. Is it exactly 18 weeks to that game from the Pope's birthday? His birthday is September 14th. We've been taking advantage of the 9-14 patterns with Chicago sports all year. Yeah, that looks like exactly 18 weeks. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I remember, I know Julius has been saying that, I think he said it in a previous stream, like this morning or even like the one on Saturday.
Hold up though. Look how it's also 126 days. And their Bears were 11-6 in the regular season. This one, so they're now 12-6. So they're going to go into that game 12-6, 126 days after the Pope's birthday, or exactly 18 weeks. Come on, man.
Yeah, and I know Mike Ditka is Ukrainian too. 95%
he better look out because he's 86 right now. Like he won that championship in 86.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's Ukrainian because I
didn't know that he's Ukrainian.
Yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. That's a long
man. He better watch out tomorrow. My God, tomorrow's going to be 86 days after his 86th birthday.
Yeah, he a real got that mustache too. Like it's pretty obvious. Even I've heard him talk from time to time. I know he got the mustache. He's a Polish Ukrainian guy, 100%. I knew this for a fact. So yeah, like I've been like listening to all your old videos and like all the observations with the Pope, Caleb Williams, and everything. I'm just like, man, they're doing something with the Bears and this 86 squad.
This is blowing my mind. I know there's a lot of Polish people in the Chicago area. I did not realize Mike Ditka is Ukrainian. This stuff is too crazy.
Yeah, no, that's all I wanted to add. But
Mike Ditka, you went and coached for those Catholic Saints too. The Ricky Williams trade, unforgettable. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I had. I just wanted to add.
Somebody better protect Mike Ditka 86 days after his 86th birthday. Watch out.
Yeah, they already got McCaskey and Mongo, so he probably next. So, but that's all I had.
Yeah, great call. Yeah, he called in this morning. It was all about Dallas Goedert, the 49th pick, getting it done versus the 49ers. Multi-touchdown game. All right, well done, Big Money. All right, we got Bradley, we got Razor, we got Deshaun, we got Gabe. What's up, Bradley?
Hi, Zach. It's just another quick observation I made about the Rams. I just want to know your thoughts on this because they had a documentary on the Denver Broncos and John Elway and how he 1997 when they won the Super Bowl, how this 37-year-old quarterback who never got it done, who you know they just defeated all the odds and he won that championship in 1997. They were like the number one seed, and then they had lost a couple games before the playoffs started, and they had got knocked down to like a 6 or 5th seed, so they got knocked all the way down to the wild card, and they worked all the way back up to beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. But it kind of reminds me of Matt Stafford a little bit. And you were talking about 37 yesterday on the stream. I can't remember what the 3 and 7 stood for, but Matthew Stafford is 37.
Stafford's 37 right now. Like Los Angeles is 37, and so is Chicago.
Yeah. And how they had the number one seed and they got knocked down to the wild card and had to win all these road games to get to the Super Bowl as he's 37. It just kind of almost seems like it's the same script as almost as John Elway a little bit. I just kind of wanted to know your thoughts about it because I kept hearing the 37. I couldn't remember what it was about.
Get past the Caleb Williams getting to 18 and 18 on the 18th, 18 weeks after the Pope's birthday. Look out. But that 18 is a serious,
that is scary
visual there. And you guys look at this. I'm looking at Mike Ditka, right? Mike Ditka's name equals 61, the 18th prime, 38 like wild card. Man, if I wake up tomorrow and there's a headline about Ditka, look at this. I mean, this is why. Yeah, I've been saying for a while. I've been calling out that Dick is going to turn 86 this season for a while. But it's funny. I've been looked at for a few months. I'm going, wow, tomorrow's 86 days after the 86th birthday, right after this crazy win. Okay.
I mean, if that happened, if the Bears do upset, could it be the Bears versus Patriots?
I mean, come on, right after the 18-point comeback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's scary. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me because I believe
the Bears are paired with the Bills, and remember, those are the only two teams in the league that equal 18 too, because they synced them up with the Brown University shooting in the Heisman ceremony. Bears, Bills, they're the 18 teams. So. Yeah,
so that's what it's kind of looking like. It's kind of looking like if the Bears make it through, then it looks like they might face the Bills. If the Rams win, then it look like it'd be the Rams versus Patriots again.
Remember so you guys, the Seahawks are 17 and 19 in the playoffs all time, and they got 2 home games to make it to the Super Bowl. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. But they're on 19. They're on 19 losses in 19 land. And here's one other thing about Chicago. I see that if Chicago wins, they're going to be 8-2 at home for the year. Chicago likes that 82 a lot. Chicago, Illinois is 82 because right now they're 7-2 at home. They don't update the records because this is their regular season record. So they just won at home yesterday versus the Packers. So now they're 7-2 at home for the year. So another win makes them 8-2 at home. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else, Bradley?
No, that's all I wanted is that 3 and that 37, and it just kind of reminded me of John Elway a little bit. But that's all I wanted, Zach. Thanks.
Don't forget, guys, John Elway sacrificed his agent on the Church of Satan's birthday, founded in San Francisco. That happened this last year, April 30th. All right, Bradley, appreciate it, man. All right, we got Razor up next. What's up, Razor?
Hey, boss man. You know they opened up the 9/11 towers in 73. Today is 3/11, 1/11, all 9/11 stuff. You did miss something with the Patriot game. They did the Tesla 369, Tesla with the 78-year-old Trump. Cleveland's in their 78th season. That's one of the patterns I was looking for. They put up a 3. I wanted to see that 3, the first score. They did, LA 3. I've been on this pattern with the 9/11
LA equals 3. I know LA equals 4.
Oh no! I'm saying LA and their third. The theme of LA 3. In week 15, they had Will Smith as being sued for $3 million. They had CP3 on the Clippers, number 3 news. AD, number 3 LA guy news. Even put Russell Wilson in there because it's New York, number 3. Just all the 3 stuff. World War III. Just the 3
Hold up. Mike Ditka is from the Pittsburgh area, and he played at Pitt, and they are hosting tomorrow night's game. If they do Mike Ditka 86 days after his 86th birthday as the man who won the Bears only Super Bowl in 86, you got to wake up, fans. You got to pull your head out of your ass. How many times have they killed a guy connected to a team or a city before a primetime game in the decade plus I've been here? Like, what, 50 times? Kevin Green before a Steelers game. Dick Butkus for a Bears game were 2 big ones. Kevin Green, they did at age 58, like Pittsburgh's 58. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Oh, I noticed too in the hockey, they started the first game with a New York team as well. The Jets, they got the 17th win as number 17 wins for the Buffalo. They had 10-7 at the half. I thought it was funny, but I just saw everything I wanted to see with this 3-11 pattern. I got all this from the World Series. Game 3 had 11 runs. It was 4-11 the first game, like literally 4 FOR, the Twin Towers, and then the last game was 9-11. So there's a 9-11 theme. There were 60 runs, and I just synced it up with Kershaw and Stafford. They talked about things.
People in the chat, you guys, if you cannot, here's a good practice when you're on the internet. Don't just blurt out something. I thought they won in 85. They did win the 85 season. Do you guys not know how it works? This is the 2025 season. When's the Super Bowl? Is it in 2025? No, it's in 2026. You guys, just some of you guys, can you just have you ever opened up Google, or is all you guys do is open up the YouTube app and click whatever's in your feed? 1985 Super Bowl season. What do you mean 86? Here's what day it was played, you guys. January 26th, 86. Okay, Chicago 46 wins the Super Bowl with 46 points. Again, Chicago equals 46. Like the other day when you beat Green Bay before the playoffs, it was on a 46-yard game winner to DJ Moore. But yeah, the 85 season finished up in 86. I don't know. Some of you guys, were you born yesterday? Anyway, go ahead, Razor.
I was like with you. I also looked up Buffalo Bill. Noticed it was he died in Denver. What are your thoughts there? Are they going to have him, finish in Denver, or is that do you see that as some kind of foreshadowing or?
Well, I got to decode next week's games.
Yeah,
decode next week's games. I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I was just I saw everything I wanted to see with the 3-11 with the LA teams and the Patriot team. I'm sticking with that. Again, 106 is a trilogy, and the 16th tarot card is the Tower. The Patriots represent the Tower or whatever. So I just think it's a 9/11 tribute, this Super Bowl. But we'll see if it's about the Pope.
16 points.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. 16. They're representing.
Cards equals 119. The top cards are Trump cards. He takes office again with the 119th Congress. The first time they called the election for him on November 9th, the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, which equals 45, the time he became number 45. And you got to love ESPN's 37-second story for Patriots beating Los Angeles. Patriots 37, Los Angeles 37. Matt Stafford's 37 right now. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And 19 points for the 19 hijackers.
Yeah. That's probably also true.
But we'll see how it goes with Chicago next week. But I'm sticking with my guns anyway.
All right.
All right, sir. Good night.
All right, take care, man. Okay, we got Deshaun, then we got Gabe, then we got Julius. What's up, Deshaun?
Hey Zach, have you done decoding on the death of this guy named Dick Duran?
Oh yeah, he's another NFL guy. Did he just die?
Well, he died February 8th last year. I didn't know.
I probably covered that. I just forget, man. But okay.
Yeah, because his name equals 106.
Another dick for the sport of guys bent over in tights. Okay.
Yeah, his name equals 106, and his coaching record, he finished with 60 wins and 83 losses. for his career. But if you look at the teams he coached, he's known for coaching the Bears and the Bills. I hear you guys talking about Bears and Bills.
I didn't. I remember this did happen. I've been busy last year because I had a daughter. It doesn't look like I did a post when he died, but yeah, he died a year to the day of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I see that his name equals 106, and yeah, it shows
Oh,
that
yeah, by the way, just guys' names who equal 106. Buffalo Bill. His actual name equals 106. William Frederick Cody. Again, who died in Denver, Colorado. And next week, the Bills are going to play Denver. And it's one day after his death anniversary. So, okay. But yeah, Dick Geron. Okay, we should look more into that because you're right. He died a year to the day of the Super Bowl at that old Masonic number of 74. Coached at Yale, just like Walter Camp, who American football's credit to. Played for the Lions and the Bengals. Coached the Bills. So I remember him coaching. Interesting that he coached the Jaguars and the Bills because the Bills start their playoff run by going through the Jags. Also coached the Bears. That's right. I remember that too. Eagles. So he coached several teams that were in this year's playoffs. Bills,
yeah,
Packers, Jaguars, Bears, Eagles. He coached for 5 of the teams that were in this year's playoffs.
yeah, and I think the Bears season was his best season because it shows that he won Coach of the Year. I think he led them to like a 13-3 record.
The Bears, it's interesting that he coached the Bears and the Bills because they're the team that they did the massive ritual with the weekend of the Heisman shooting. Or the Brown
Yeah,
shooting day of the Heisman Awards. Again, if you don't know, the Heisman Awards named after a guy who went to Brown. That's why he had the Brown shooting hoax the night of the Heisman Awards all synced up. You can go back and see my work on that if you're not up to speed.
yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to get that in there because yeah, I don't think I seen it on the. Maybe I typed it in wrong. I didn't see it on the website, but I just wanted to bring it up.
It looks like I didn't do it. It looks like I said, I was busy with my. Well, I mean, I'm still busy with my daughter, so I'm sure that's how it fell through. His full name is 85 and 122, just like National Football League. Look at that. It's also 202. Just it's 122 and 202, like San Francisco. He died a year to the day of the Super Bowl in San Francisco. 85 and 122, like National Football League, which again was founded in Chicago, where he also coached. And what is it? Just Dick Geron's the 106? Yeah.
Yeah,
Dick Geron 106. Okay.
from
Yeah.
Massachusetts, so yeah, I don't know. This is the season giving me a headache.
He died in Massachusetts, out where the Patriots are. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
born in
today they had
Illinois.
today they had the Jaguars, who hosted Super Bowl 39, eliminated. They had the Eagles, who lost in Super Bowl 39, eliminated. And they had the Patriots pay a major tribute to Super Bowl 39, who beat the Eagles in Super Bowl 39 in Jacksonville. So, Super Bowl on 39th day of the year, you're a good point that this guy died in Massachusetts.
He was born in Illinois too. Was that
Peoria, Illinois?
Illinois, yeah.
Yeah, not far from Chicago.
But I'll let you go, Zach. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, hey, I appreciate you bringing that up because yeah, I do remember hearing about that, but I let it slip through the cracks. So there is something up with that dying a year to the day of the Super Bowl, no doubt about it. All right, man, appreciate it.
Good night.
See ya. Gabe Julius Matthew, what's up, Gabe?
Hey Zach, how are you?
What's up, man?
Hey, just interesting day, man. With the 9/11 numbers.
Yeah.
So I told you that the Knicks can improve to 8-4-6 with 1,119 losses.
In their 39th game on 111 today, like
Yeah.
9/11 happened on the day, leaving 111 days left in there. Indeed, they did.
Versus the Trailblazers.
Well, connecting to Bush, right?
Yeah, his code name Trailblazers. And the day before that, the Pacers stayed on 2001 losses. Osama was, referred to the Pacer.
Correct. Yeah.
And they the Trailblazers had 114 points, like North Tower is 114. Also,
Right.
also the Jets from hockey kept the Devils on 911 wins since 9/11.
I finally got a Devils game right. They covered today. I hate the
Yeah.
Devils.
And the Jets got their 17th win of the season. Like it was 17 minutes apart from the South Tower getting hit. So
Right.
about that other caller calling in, I think his name was Razor. When the Yankees last won the World Series in 2009, from that day it was 2,977 days when 9/11 happened. And the Yankees won 2,977 days from when 9/11 happened, and it was the pitcher Andy Pettitte, number 46. He first pitched to number 11 from the Boston Red Sox, which he got a hit. Then he pitched to number 8, just like how the World Trade Center was hit at 8:46 a.m. So yeah, just a lot of crazy stuff. I seen the Patriots picked up the 310th win since 9/11, like Osama bin Laden's birthday.
March 10th. Yeah. Can also
Yeah,
be written 10-3, like Pan Am 103, the introduction to Islamic terrorism. And again, Pan Am Airlines, founded by a guy who went to Yale and was in Skull and Bones, just like Boeing's a Yale guy, just like how Bush, the Yale Skull and Bones guy, was in power when it all went down. Yeah.
yeah. I've been here with you for 5 years, and it's just, I'm happy that I came along to your work, and just amazing what I see, man. I looked at a touchdown prop. Thomas means twin, so I figured
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you added on to that this morning because I already liked him to score,
Yeah.
and then you had that, yeah, exactly, the Thomas twin 888 thing. Yeah, that was right on the money. First touchdown of the day.
Yeah, just insane, man. Insane what they do. I was looking.
Again, I don't understand why they'd pay tribute to 9/11 today. Again, it's because 9/11 leaves 111 days left in the year, and today's 1/11, and that's how these people work. It's just it's number rituals. It's putting number connections together.
Yeah,
And for all the people out there that think it's like, oh, no, you guys are just schizos. No, you're morons. That's why they're doing this day in and day out, and that's why we're taking advantage of it. I mean, I don't know why you guys can't figure that out.
Yeah. So the Niners are great. The Patriots are great. It's just it's really undeniable, man. Undeniable on what they're doing. So thanks for everything, man.
By the way, you guys, the score was 7-6 early in the Eagles game. San Francisco 76. And check this out. Look at this. What's one thing? The Eagles stayed today on 383 all-time home wins, which is the 76 prime, and you had ref 76 working the game. Eagles home record, or let me write all-time home record. All-time home record, including playoffs. Look at this. Alanek, number 76, was the ref today. See, they stayed on 383. 383 is the 76 prime. Remember that OJ from San Francisco, they killed him at age 76. Slave and master also equals 76, and they announced his death as the masters was teeing off in tribute to the Bible, and slaves obey your masters. But 383, 76 prime. San Francisco up 7-6 early and wins the game.
Hey, Zach. Did you mention this about like how the Niners advanced in the playoffs when Bob Saget died in January 9th, 2022?
Yeah.
They advanced to the playoffs.
Wasn't that the year Super Bowl 56?
Yeah. And you got Bob from the Grateful Dead. He just died, and they advanced to the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're big in the Bay Area, the Grateful Dead.
Yeah. I don't know if you mentioned. I didn't hear. But I was watching the Bears game, and the announcer Al, I think that's his name. One of the guys next to him, he was saying, "How many times have you been to the?"
Al Michaels. You're talking about Al Michaels?
Yeah.
He's always dropping clues that he's in on the rig.
Man, that's insane, man.
He's mocked us before on 35 Thursday when we had Mayfield when he was newly signed by the Rams as a big underdog to win. Everybody thought we lost our money that night because it was a big comeback at the end. Like Mayfield had 2 touchdowns, probably the last 5 minutes to come back and win the game. But Al
Yeah,
Michaels,
I mean,
he
I
does
would
it
have,
with 35 seconds. We're like, get the fuck out of here for our
I would have
35.
never caught this. I would have never caught this if I never listened to you, man. But one of the guys asked him, "You've been to the game here for 31 years?" And he's like, "No, I've been here for 31 games." And the outcome is 31 27. I'm like, wow, man, this is insane. Just right, moments after.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, you guys, here's Michael Jordan's son tonight. Had a big night tonight, 37 days before Dad's birthday. Remember, that's one of the Jordan numbers. Jordan's 37, like Chicago.
Yeah.
So I can't believe people can't tell that that's Michael Jordan's son. Him and Jimmy Butler. It's like, how do people notice? I mean, is everyone blind? Can't tell that's MJ's son?
Yeah, I mean that's mind blowing that the game ended at 316 days to Maduro's next birthday. It's mind blowing. Anyways, that's it, man. That's all I gotta say.
I overlooked that old John 3:16, huh? Yeah, 49 days out. Wow, man.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you heard of the Manhattan Jaspers. They also play tribute to some 9/11 numbers. The coach went 201, 254, like 9/11 was on 254th day of the year. Just like how I mentioned that shooting that just happened with the ICE agent, it was 2,054 days since the George Floyd shooting. I mean, the George Floyd ritual. Yeah, a lot of 9/11 numbers happening. That's it, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right, keep it up, Gabe. Great call.
All right, see you, man.
We got Julius, then we got Matthew. What's up, Julius?
What's going on, Zach? Another great day. The only thing that kind of burned me, I thought the Chargers were gonna pull it off, but
I was trying to
they
tell you,
didn't.
man.
I know.
I was telling you that they had the double wild card numbers against them.
Yeah, no, I thought it was just gonna be about Herbert, but nonetheless, another great day. The 49ers pulled it off, and that 9-4 played for Shanahan. Seattle, Washington, 94.
Yeah, and the age-old 135 in Philly.
Yeah.
By the way, since you're a Chicago guy, do people in Chicago ever question if Anthony Edwards is Jordan's son?
I mean, yeah, it's not just a Chicago thing. That's pretty much like all over the place.
Well,
But
I think it's links to people like us that have been calling out for a while now, but
yeah.
I never really hear people talk about it anywhere, though. Anyway, I mean, that's Jordan's son.
Well, what we really thought, like, especially growing up, is that Jimmy Butler was Jordan's son.
He
'Cause,
is Jordan's son.
Yeah. Like, because that's like everybody always talks about that, because obviously Butler played for Chicago. So
I wish we could see. I want to see the DNA test because I want to know how many of these players are related to Wilt Chamberlain too. Because everybody knew growing up that Wilt Chamberlain had sex with 10,000 women. How many children did they breed? All these NBA players that are 7 feet tall that don't know who their fathers are. Please.
yeah. But I wanted to add to this Ditka thing. I mean, this is really strange if he does go tomorrow. That Ditka itself equals 18, and he was born on October 18th.
Man, and Mike Dick is 61, the 18th prime. And again, Pittsburgh's hosting tomorrow, and he went to Pitt.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is with like the Bears and well, obviously they got the Pope, right? So I was thinking about like this, like the Catholic joke of Obviously Mike kind of like
Wait, hold on.
sounds
Do the Bears play on Saturday or Sunday next week? They play on
Sunday. Sunday, yeah, the 18th.
Okay, go ahead.
No, because I was just gonna say just like the Catholic joke, 'cause Mike Dick kind of sounds like Dick, and then like you had Dick Butkus die.
Right. Yeah. And Dick
and
Duran, Dick Duran died a year to the day of the Super Bowl?
yeah, and it's funny.
Chicago?
Yeah, I had brought this up in the chat, and then Open Up had put in that super chat how it's gonna be 830 days after Buck has passed tomorrow. I believe Mike Dick equals 83.
Hold on, let me put it all in there again. Where'd Mike Dick go?
Because I was looking at that because Los Angeles Rams equals 83.
Did you know Mike Dicker was Ukrainian? I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
Because yeah, he has that headline about Ukraine and Russia. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they changed his name. I got to look at his actual birth name too.
Yeah, I was also gonna bring that up. His birth, it's like Michael Ditchko Jr. It's weird. I never even knew that, and obviously, like
Yeah,
I pretty
Mike
much
Dick is 80. That's why they changed his damn name because it's 83 like football.
yeah.
38 like
Um,
wild card. 38th postseason game yesterday for the Bears. We know that number's connected to death. And again, just the fact that he won the Super Bowl for him in 86.
yeah, and they're obviously Los Angeles Rams Eagles
Look at
83,
it.
and that's
Damn, look at his original name. 63, forwards and backwards, like Bears got that 63 connection.
well,
Or
Zach.
no, I'm
Actually,
tripping up. That's the Cubs I'm thinking of. It's
no,
the Cubs.
there's actually it's Junior. If you go on Football Reference, there's a JR. So add the JR to it. You'll see it equals 163.
Okay, yeah, the 38th prime. Huh.
Well, also like the last game that played on Sunday Night Football just ended 16-3.
Well, that one was in my notes, right? How they could get their
Yeah.
163rd win in their building. They won at 16-3.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this I mean the jokes are just endless. And all the shooting rituals. I mean, remember I was called you earlier about Trevor Lawrence going to get his 44th loss in the Bills' 44th playoff game because all the Brown and shooting stuff. And then they synced it up with Sergio Brown, and the Bills got their first playoff win in 33 years. Like, if you're new here, like, just pay attention to the number 33. I mean, the Bills get their first
Okay,
road
did you
win.
see yesterday when the Packers were throwing the game in the second half when they put up the stat about how Jordan Love only had 33 yards in the second half? I was like, look how they just got to
Yeah.
put it on the screen in front of everybody. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, hadn't won a road game in 33 years. I mean, they just love to throw that number out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's all masonry.
Yeah.
They're just like it's like a gang sign. They just keep throwing it up.
Like, literally, if you're, like, new or, like, you're just trying to learn this knowledge, I, like, swear, just take a step back and just look at your news, look at, sports, and just pay attention to the numbers 33 and 47.
When I
Start
first
tracking that.
started, that's all I did pay attention to. 33,
Yeah.
47, 74. That's how I started. Just kept
Right.
saying, look at that again. Look at that again. It's too redundant.
Exactly. Just look at those numbers. Even if you're just new here, just pay attention to how many times that numbers just show up day in, day out, because they will. In your sports, in your news, politics, all that.
Yeah, I mean, watch TV shows and just pay attention in the background.
Right.
They're throwing the same numbers up everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, one at that Dick Canoni. Yeah, he Zach, he definitely better watch out. Oh, what's interesting is how the Bears are on 20 playoff losses, and Super Bowl 20 was 1986.
Yeah, 40 years ago, Super Bowl 20.
Yeah.
Number.
Yeah, and they're on 20 playoff losses.
Hold on. Let's do something real quick with old
And-
Pope Leo real quick. Hold on. Pope Leo. Or hold on. No, we can already do this. His
Yeah.
birthday was September 14th.
Right.
He's 70 years old right now. I'm just trying to hold on. I'm tired. I need to see. I'm just trying to think how old he was during that damn Super Bowl. I guess he would have been 30, right? Yeah, he turned 30 that season. Okay. He was 30. He was 30. Okay. September 14th, 1985 to January 26th, 1986. 19 weeks and a day. 134 days. Or a span of 135. Did I just see something with Mike Dick in these numbers? His original name was 135. So it was the 135th day of the Pope's age when his Chicago Bears won the Super Bowl. And Mike Dick, his birth name equals 135.
I'm just realizing that the Bears won with 31 points and Dick Butkus equals 31, just like how
The whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Well, right, not only that, but Dick Butkus equals 149, like the Pope's birthday.
Also weird, yeah.
Yeah, and the 121 with all the revelation stuff with Caleb Williams.
It's funny how yesterday when Chicago took the lead after being down 14-3 early, they took the lead with a minute 43 left, and now realizing Dick Butkus, the Chicago coach, just all this stuff, just how this story about the Steelers, again, when Dick Butkus went to Pitt, is a minute 43 long. However, that is 103 seconds, and once upon a time, you guys made fun of me because years ago I predicted Rodgers was going to be on the Steelers for the 103rd season. It didn't quite work out that way. But you see how Rodgers is 103, like Steelers. I had some people are like, oh, what happened to Rodgers to the Steelers? Well, hey, I was just a little bit ahead of the curve, okay? He eventually went there. So
Did I just say Rodgers equals 86?
I think it does. Yeah.
And we're talking about this 86 tomorrow? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man. Hey, yeah, you're right, Zach. He, oof, Mike Ditka better watch
Can
out.
somebody go protect Dick Butkus right now?
Well, no, Dick Butkus, you mean Mike Ditka.
Oh, yeah, we can't protect him. Sorry, it's too late. I mean, the other Dick guy, Mike Ditka.
Yeah, that's actually insane. But yeah, Zach, I'll let someone else get it on. Appreciate it as always.
All right. Take care, Julius.
All right,
Great
yep,
call
you
again.
too. Yep. Have a good one.
What's up, Matthew? Mr. Generosity. Thank you so
what's
much.
going on? Oh, no problem, man. No problem. It's the least I could do.
No, that was
Yeah.
a lot, man. Dennis, who was a multimillionaire, won $350,000. Didn't even tip as much as you did yesterday.
Oh, wow. Well, I had a pretty good day as far as like the money line, but my props just they tanked so bad, man.
Today
Yeah.
they tanked.
Yeah, they tanked today. But I wanted to basically call in because I think I figured out the Super Bowl, and it had to do with the Eagles losing today. And I want to start with the fact that it was 28 days before the Super Bowl, which is on 2/8. And what's interesting about that is I don't know if you remember this, but what was it? On July 21st, 2024, Joe Biden stepped aside and officially endorsed Kamala Harris as the running mate.
Yeah, he did it on my birthday. I remember it was my birthday.
Right. And that was on 7/21, that's 28. And or you could say 28-day numerology. And what's interesting about that is that was the day leaving 163 days. And the caller before me just said that the final game ended with the score of 16-3. So
Remember,
I'm gonna go ahead
Patriots
and
picked up their 163rd win in their stadium tonight.
Right, that is true. But the reason why I connected it to this is because if you look at the Eagles and the 49ers, the Eagles stayed on 11 wins and the Niners stayed on 5 losses, like the election date on 11-5 and the 6th seed won. And the 60th election was on 11-5. And what's interesting about that, to take it in a little bit further, the Niners stayed on 25 playoff losses and the Eagles stayed on 29 playoff wins. Biden and Trump sums to 25 and 29. And also remember, Kamala's the 49th VP, so the 49ers,
again, the Niners and the Bills, those are the O.J. Simpson teams. I mean, we had a little inkling that they could go that way. That's another possible scenario, the O.J. Simpson Bowl.
Well, so that's where I'm getting at, actually, because that's my next point. I actually do like the Bills to win it all, because I think there's a connection with Trump, because they're 0-4 in the Super Bowl, and should they win,
if they do that, think about it. It'd be 2 6 seeds in 26, right? And
yeah,
again, OJ played at the San Francisco College in 66, and the Bills are in their 66th season. It's a big NFL number. It's the 11th triangular number, like it's a game of 11 on 11. I was thinking about that. I was like, 2 6s for the OJ. Would be crazy if they did that.
But see, it makes sense though, because Kamala Harris, her name sums to 49. She was the 49th VP, and remember, she was 60 years old when she lost the 60th presidential election. So there's your 66, and she lost it to the New York president.
There's a narrative there. It's interesting.
Yeah, I really think it might be the Niners and the Bills. So I did a further decode. I don't want to hog up too much time, but I definitely think today kind of indicated who's gonna be. And besides, both 6 seeds won today. So I mean, I don't know. I think the Bills are pretty strong.
They've been doing O.J. Simpson tributes all year, and again, Buffalo Bill died in Denver, and now the Bills are going to play the Broncos in tribute to the Bronco chase in '94 when the season began on 9-4. I mean, it's interesting. Shanahan became 9-4 in the postseason day on this season that began 9-4.
Well, we'll see. That's another thing with him, because should he get to the Super Bowl and lose, he becomes 11-5, like the election date. And remember, the 60th election was on 11-5, and the 49th VP lost at the 60th election. So I think the 49ers lose at the 60th Super Bowl to the Bills.
Huh. Yeah, the next presidential election will be the 61st, and there's a lot of speculation that Kamala could be the candidate somehow, which sounds crazy to me, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, but that's all I got, brother, man. I'm gonna let somebody else get in.
All right. Well, can't win them all, but hey, thanks again, Matthew. Appreciate it.
All right, brother, man. Take it easy.
What's up, Gematria32? Gematria32, you fall asleep? We must have caught him away. I'm sure he'll come back. I've never seen him have an audio problem before. But yeah, the level of scripting is crazy, and I do worry a little bit for poor Mike Ditka. Poor Mike Ditka. He reminds me of an uncle I had, my Uncle John. They look alike. He was also from the Midwest. My Uncle John, he didn't live. My Uncle John, when I was a little kid, he would always tell me, he said, Zach, they'll tell you everything in this world will kill you. So just eat what you enjoy, drink what you enjoy, smoke what you enjoy. All he did was drink and smoke. Poor guy. He didn't quite make it to his 60th birthday. Poor Uncle John. But he did enjoy life. So it is true, though. I mean, they do make if you watch the news, you'd believe everything would kill you, but still there is healthier choices than drinking, smoking, and yeah, just drinking and smoking all the time. Chicago front and center with MLB. Oh, he's back. Gematria32, are you back, man? He's having some kind of audio problem. While he figures it out, we'll bring on Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy, are you there?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you watch anime?
No.
Well, I think it should be something that you should look into because, like, you know, and like you see how my name is Monkey D. Luffy.
Okay.
Well, in a show like that, you know, it's about like freedom fighting and stuff like that.
Oh, this is a character. This is an anime character.
Yeah. It's an anime character, and they like freedom fighters and stuff like that. And in the show or whatever, it's like very similar to real world life and stuff. And there's people in there that's kind of like you, where they bring good information to the table and stuff, but it delves into people like that bring the good information but really don't take any action and actually use the information to fuck people over, like with those sports picks and things like that.
I knew you sounded like a troll.
So I mean, I just think you should just watch anime shows to think.
So how am I fucking people over?
Because, man, those picks and getting people.
So what picks were bad today?
All of them, but getting people into.
Hold on, no. What picks are bad? Because see, when I listen to a guy call in and tell me to watch cartoons, I think he's a child. I don't watch anime because I'm an adult. I didn't watch cartoons much when I was a child because I was doing adult things as a child. I've been working my ass off since I was a child. But no, here, you want to come on here and talk shit. So how are we fucking people over? Did we post another winning day in the NBA and NHL today? Did I have a nice underdog to win in overtime today? Because that's a major payout in hockey, and I know I did. Did I call the winning score of 23 for the Eagles and Niners game? Because I know that was in my notes. What were we really off on today? Because a lot of my player props that I really like, they definitely cashed today. So talk to me.
You know where you were really off? You was really off on just, gambling and sports gambling, because that's never going to free anybody. Ain't nobody in here making any money.
So for the people who don't work a slave job anymore and they do this, how are they not more free than they were before?
Everybody's making a lot of money off the picks, including yourself.
Who you talking? There's plenty of people in this community that don't have a slave job anymore. What are you talking about?
You're making a lot of money off, these people who are.
Okay. Anyway, the guy who watches cartoons, who just talks shit, who just can't respond to anything. I just told you what we did again today. Wasn't even our greatest day, but it was a winning day across the board, and you want to keep talking shit. And yeah, there are people. First of all, there's people that used to be homeless in this community that aren't homeless anymore. Okay. That's a real story. True. Too. They've called in before. If they're out there listening right now, they can call in and tell their story again. Used to be homeless until they found this knowledge and got themselves reestablished by turning small bills into big bills. So again, you just saw a guy yesterday turn $5 into $1,500. He was talking about in the stream yesterday. that can be life-changing money for people. That can be enough to get off the street. And that's the kind of stuff that's happened in this community many a time. So don't talk to me about anything you're saying, little cartoon watcher, please. What's up, Gematria32? Gematria32, your mic doesn't work tonight. I don't know what happened. I've never heard you have an audio problem before. Here, if you want to call in, you can call the 509 number, Gematria32. I know you know the 509 number. I'll open it up for you. I always like hearing from Gematria32. This guy broke my balls for 3 straight days when I was in New York. That's why all you guys who think Gematria32 is some ass kisser, he's actually not. He's a character. Every day that I was out in New York, he had a different Jesuit University hoodie on. I know some of you guys like to watch cartoons and play video games and shit. I mean, you guys can do what you want, but that's never been me. And I understand there's some good storylines. You guys have told me about it before, but well, anyway, what's up? What's up? Is this Gematria32? Gematria32, you can't be mute on the phone as well.
No, you can hear me?
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Did you hear about the oldest man dying in Saudi Arabia at age 142?
142-year-old man?
Yeah, from Saudi Arabia.
I know, I didn't hear about this story. So this guy was living to be biblical ages.
That's crazy, right? 142 years old.
That can't be real, because how many times have you said the world's oldest person died and they weren't anywhere near 142? So this guy's been out there the whole time?
Am I reading it wrong? Am I reading this incorrectly? It says 142.
Well, here's a story from May 1st, 2017. A 146-year-old man died. What? On the Illuminati's birthday, a 146-year-old died? Come on, man.
This is a man from Saudi Arabia. He died at age 142 yesterday.
Yeah, I'm seeing this story. I'm seeing it.
Oh, you know 142 terrorists equals 142.
Yeah. So is Gematria. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You see how he has like a 6-7 part name? That equals 201. Nasir Ben Radam Ali, whatever, Rashid, whatever. His full name equals 201.
They can just report anything. Nobody is living to 142. They need to stop.
That's why, yeah.
No, but if you pay attention, I've been saying this for years. When they have these headlines about the world's oldest person dies, I'll be like, this doesn't make any sense, because just like 2 years ago, somebody died and they said they were the oldest person and they weren't anywhere near that age, so they should have been it doesn't make, if you just pay attention to any time they're putting out these stories, it doesn't make any sense. That reminds me that Sister Jean died at 106, supposedly at the start of this football season, and she died out in Chicago. So maybe there's something to look into with that as well.
I was the one who brought that to your attention.
Yeah.
This is the Gene thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they got this singer. They say he died in a plane crash on the 10th. Yesterday. Yasin Jimenez.
Okay.
Yasin. Yes.
Jimenez, probably.
Jimenez. Yeah. He was born July 26th and he died on the 10th, January 10th.
Okay.
And if I'm correct, that's 169 days. And his name equals 169 in ordinal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's pretty amazing, right? July 26th birthday, and he died January 10th. Yeah, it's a span, including the end date, 169 days. Yeah, and his name equals in ordinal 169.
Isn't that what we see day after day in the news? That's what we see it all the time.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Though, they said other people died with him in the plane crash as well. So
okay,
like 4 or 5 others, but so I just wanted to point that out, and congratulations to everyone, and thanks for everything, Zach.
All right, welcome.
Yeah,
you have a good night. All right, take care, man. See you. We got Consciousness Snake. Is that what it is? Consciousness Snake? What's up, Consciousness Snake?
Do you enjoy scamming to make sure sweet
Are you?
lady
Are you this? Oh, you're the
doesn't
same
have
person who just called him with the anime name.
you dodging monsoons?
Say it again.
I said, do you enjoy scamming to make sure sweet lady doesn't have to go back to living in bamboo shoots dodging monsoons?
It's also supposed to be funny. Come on, man. They don't have monsoons in Burma. Stop.
No, but
What does being a troll, does that pay money? Like what's the point of being a troll?
no, I don't get paid for this. I'm just pointing out the obvious, and we need to expose people like you because
So how many people have you helped get off the street that were homeless before through knowledge?
a lot. My folks got a lot of money actually, but
So how have you done it? So what are you doing to help, for example, get homeless
No,
people off
actually-
the street by
no, actually-
enhancing their knowledge? Tell us about
I
it.
actually spread this information around, but then when they come to your thing and they're like thinking about pics and stuff and see how you're scamming and shit like that, they think the whole shit's a scam because
Well, you keep saying scamming when we're not scamming at all. So I mean, it's just disingenuous, trollish thing to say.
it's not disingenuous or trollish because
So what is the scam then? So what is the scam? Because like yesterday, I gave a free lesson to everybody about how this cipher, if you just pay attention, how you'll see the rituals and scores. And I said that dark blue one, the most important one, the same thing I've said for over a decade. Buffalo wins with 27 today. We did call the Eagles-Niners game for the winning score to be 23, exactly 23 weeks after Brady's birthday, since he was calling the game, and they've been doing this ever since he started calling games, syncing up the score with him. Brady 23, that was the winning score. Just a nice day all around in all kinds of ways, and that's just a couple things out of many that were right on the money. So where is the scam, since what I'm saying adds up day after day? Explain it to me.
I don't disagree that that stuff is going on and that they're
so then how's it a scam? A
this
scam would be if I was just putting out bullshit, and that's not what this is. This is
can I just
exposing what's actually going on. What is a scam is the NFL. The NFL is a scam. People think it's real competition, but it's a rigged competition meant to manipulate people's energy. That's a scam. We're exposing scams. And then we got losers like you coming on and accusing the people who are putting out truth and helping people of being the scammers, which makes you a piece of shit.
No, can I tell you where me and you where I have the issue with where you're at?
Oh, go ahead.
Where I have the issue where you're at is when I first got into this community or wherever, you talked about like wanting to do something about the stuff, but you know how you always say like the community is going down, 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 and it ain't really gone nowhere. And however many years you've been here, whatever, it's because ain't no action been taken. Like that's
no action's been taken. So tell me what you mean by no action. So was standing out in the freezing ass cold in early March of 2020, giving out thousands of dollars of merchandise to get people out in front of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to expose Event 201 and what Bill Gates had said almost 10 years to the day of the Cooties case showing up? Is that not action? How many times have I been out on the streets of America? Did I not spend 100 straight days out on the streets of America educating people about why they shouldn't get those shots before they even came out? Did I not write a book about this? Have I not been proven right in spades? Did I not say that the Cooties 19 scam was going to end as soon as the year of the tiger came around? So what the fuck are you talking about? No action.
I mean, the book is cool.
You've been watching cartoons, buddy, while I've been out on the streets of America speaking undeniable truth to a lot of people who don't want to hear it. That's the reality. You've been watching cartoons, and I've been out acting and trying to get more people to act. Did I not go coast to coast from Seattle to New York and gather people all along the way? And I was punished for that. I was demonetized, and my Patreon subscribers were cut in half. I know Patreon did something to make that shit happen overnight. Again, there's punishment for going out and doing what I do. And every day I'm out here teaching, which is action. You're sitting there watching video games and probably playing with yourself and being an anonymous troll online. And you're talking to the one guy who's been nothing but action every single day since August. And I don't want to say since August 2013. I've really been speaking out since I was 18 years old all over the place. But I've been teaching this information every single day since August of 2013. What the fuck have you been doing for 13 years straight?
Training.
You've been watching cartoons, anime.
No, I've been training.
You've been playing video games. Stop lying. You haven't been playing video games and watching cartoons?
No, I haven't.
Okay, what have you been doing? Trolling?
No, I haven't been trolling either.
Tell me how this isn't real action. It's not putting out a book. I mean, I've given this free copy of book out all over on college campuses. I've given a lot of this book away for free, educating young people about this stuff. What are you talking about? What have you done?
I'm just saying you advertise yourself as like, doing all this stuff, but really we're just on here talking every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just staying in the same spot. Ain't no progress. Yeah, you've gone out and
is that because of censorship and deletions and the algorithm and shadow banning? Is that my fault? If there were more people out there helping do something, this knowledge would be a lot further. It's not my fault that it's not as far as it should be. I've put in nothing but energy and effort every single day.
Oh yeah,
People like you are fucking
it
losers.
does play a part.
Tell
But
me one thing you've done in your life that's an accomplishment. Tell me something about you, anonymous anime watcher.
I can't tell you all that because of where I am in life right now. So, but
As an online troll,
no, it's not that. I'm not trolling either. I'm bringing up real deal.
so you haven't been able to explain why you call me a scammer. That's a slander. So you come on here and slander me. You
I mean,
say
you're-
there's no action when I've probably done more action than anybody in the truth community.
You're a scammer of how you ask for money for those sports picks and say that it works and stuff like that for the sports all the
Well,
time.
you hear people call in and say thank you all the time,
Where I'm
and
getting the issue at is
Huh?
you advertise it as how a lot of people are winning a lot of game-changing type money, quitting jobs and stuff like that. That's just not happening, and the community's not moving anywhere. It's kind of stagnant.
so where are you? Where are you speaking from? Where's your expertise on any of this?
Where's my expertise on
Mhm.
gematria or what?
Mhm.
Where's
Where's your expertise on all the claims you're making right now?
I mean, it's just simple observation by seeing like what you say and then what's actually happening and going on. And
So
I
how are you
was-
observing
a while ago,
that what I'm saying isn't true?
You said what?
You're a fucking loser, dude. I'm sorry. You're just a waste of time. Again, you had to go change his troll account. Again, I'll just keep denying what you're saying and talking shit, but I can't support any points. Again, you're a fucking loser. And all of my haters are fucking losers. Again, you didn't go spend 100 days out on the streets of America getting. Did you ever watch when I was out on the streets? I'd have people throwing shit at me out the corner of windows. I had them start hiring people to come harass us and throw rocks at us. And I still went out there day after day. Please, sorry ass motherfucker. What have you done? I'll tell you what's wrong with the world. That this book didn't sell a bazillion copies. This book right here could have saved the world. Came out in July of 2020, or that's when I finished writing. You could have gotten an ebook form back then. And it said exactly when they were going to wind down their scam and why you better not get their clot shots, because we had it all mapped out before any of it even happened. So, not to mention, who told you in 2015 that they were going to have a major New World Order type event in 2020, exactly 19 years after the 19 hijackers? Then look, they even called it Cooties 19. We had that shit called out 5 years in advance. Sorry ass motherfucker. Please, no action. We've been doing the best action. The problem is people are too slow to keep up. Jordan out here says, I defeated state government because of Zach Hubbard. Appreciate that. Yeah. Knowledge helps people accomplish things. So sometimes I think I got screwed on this book because it made pretty good money for me the first 2 months it was out. And then they just sent me the same amount of money for royalty for every single month for like, I forget what it was, for 2 straight years. They just sent me $200 every month. I was like, what am I selling the same amount of exact copies every single month? This doesn't make any sense. I only get paid like $2 per copy, but yeah, for about 2 straight years, I got the same $200 royalty per month. And I thought, this doesn't make any sense. There's no way it's selling the exact same amount of copies every single month. Okay. Anyway, look out, Mike Ditka. Again, just another expose of how rigged the game is. And all there really is for opposition to this work is like that last caller, just trolling, just talking shit with no basis of anything they're saying, just making big, bold claims when the only scam is the people denying this information. You're scamming yourself. You deny this information, you've scammed yourself, point blank, period. So, yeah, my notes today talked about the Patriots picking up their 163rd win in the building as they win 16-3. That's the kind of stuff we do day after day, for the record. That ain't nothing out of the ordinary. So, anyway, we'll leave it there for tonight. Thanks to everyone who hits the like and the share. Congrats to the winners. And until next time.